Hello there, and welcome to the Sleep Discovery channel. Tonight we drift across the quiet and beautiful landscapes of our planet. A journey not through time or imagination, but through geography. The story of the Earth written in valleys, mountains, rivers and seas. Long before borders or maps, before compasses or satellites, the planet already shaped itself in silence. Mountains breathed upward from the deep. Rivers carved their signatures into stone. Continents floated like slow dreams across the mantle's quiet fire. As you listen tonight, let the sound of these places calm your thoughts. Let the stories of wind and water carry you gently toward rest. You don't need to remember every name or detail, only the feeling of a living world beneath you. So breathe, and let's begin. The world beneath our feet. The world beneath our feet. The Earth's surface is not as still as it seems. It moves, stretches and breathes. Every continent, every island you see on a map drifts slowly, only a few centimeters a year across invisible oceans of molten rock. Right now, Africa is splitting apart along a vast rift, slowly giving birth to a new sea. Australia is drifting north, inch by inch, toward Asia. And beneath the Pacific, the seafloor slides under continents, melting into the mantle to begin again. If you could watch the planet in fast motion, you'd see the continents flow like clouds, a slow dance of stone, rearranging itself endlessly. The world map, no matter how permanent it looks, is only a momentary photograph of a moving miracle. The tallest places on Earth. High above the clouds, the Himalayas still rise. Each year, the collision of two ancient continents pushes them higher, only a few millimeters, but always upward. Mount Everest itself grows taller, even as winds grind its summit grain by grain. The Andes, too, are still climbing. And beneath the ocean, even greater mountains stretch unseen. The Mid-Atlantic Ridge, buried under miles of water, runs longer than all other mountain ranges combined. It's the world's hidden backbone, the place where the planet's crust is continuously reborn. Mountains are not static monuments, they are slow-motion waves in the Earth's crust, a frozen sea of motion that takes millions of years to crest, the deepest valleys. If mountains reach toward the sky, valleys bow to the depths. The Mariana Trench, deep in the Pacific Ocean, is nearly 11 kilometers down, so deep that if you dropped Mount Everest inside, its peak would still be submerged. But even land has its hidden abysses. The Dead Sea Depression, lying between Israel and Jordan, is the lowest point on land, more than 400 meters below sea level. There, air hangs heavier and water shimmers with salt, so dense that nothing sinks. Geography teaches us that extremes coexist, where one part of the world rises, another falls, where mountains are born, trenches open below. The Earth balances itself through opposites, always reshaping, always renewing. The shape of continents. When you look at a map, have you ever noticed how the edges of continents seem to fit together? South America and Africa, two puzzle pieces that once embraced. That's no coincidence. They were once part of the same land, Pangaea, a supercontinent that drifted apart over hundreds of millions of years. Today, the Atlantic Ocean lies between them, a growing scar that widens every year. The coastlines remember their connection, their curves and cliffs still echoing an ancient unity, now divided by water. Our planet remembers everything, even separation, and in that memory, geography becomes not just science, but poetry. The Great Plains and deserts. Not all beauty is born in motion. Some of the world's most tranquil landscapes are vast and seemingly still. The Sahara Desert stretches across 9 million square kilometers, a golden ocean of sand waves sculpted by wind alone. Every dune moves, but only slowly, a few meters each year, shaped grain by the breath of the earth. And yet thousands of years ago, the Sahara was not desert at all. It was green, full of lakes, trees and animals. Ancient rock paintings still show giraffes, hippos and rain. Deserts, like oceans, are alive. They shift, hum and remember. They are geography's quiet meditation, a place where silence itself becomes a landscape. Rivers, the planet's veins. Every river begins as a whisper, a trickle of melted snow or rainfall. But given time, those whispers carve canyons, shape valleys, and nourish civilizations. Its floods once dictating the rhythm of ancient Egypt's life and harvest. The Amazon, vast and winding, carries 1/5 of all the fresh water flowing on Earth. Its tributaries weave like threads through the rainforest, creating an endless cradle of life. To trace a river is to follow the planet's pulse. It is to witness water teaching rock how to yield, a conversation between strength and patience that never ends. The invisible lines. We divide the world with invisible lines. The equator, the tropics, the prime meridian, but the Earth itself knows no boundaries. The air moves freely, the oceans flow endlessly, and light touches every hemisphere in its turn. At the equator, day and night share perfect balance. Here, the sun rises and falls at the same hour every day of the year. No seasons, no rush, only constancy. Near the poles, that balance shifts dramatically. There, a single day can last months, and darkness can linger until spring. Geography bends time itself, shaping how life adapts to light. Islands, born of fire, Rudutum Woodippians Tompol, Rudutum Pithix Duhuk. As the tectonic plate drifts slowly northwest, new islands rise from the ocean floor. Old ones erode and sink back beneath the waves, continuing an endless cycle of birth and disappearance. Every beach, every palm tree, every grain of sand in Hawaii was once molten rock. It cooled in silence and rose toward the sky, proof that even fire can create serenity. Hudgo, where ice shapes the world, far to the north and south, ice becomes a sculptor. Glaciers carve mountains, polish stone, and create valleys deep enough to cradle entire lakes. In Antarctica, the ice sheet holds 60% of the planet's fresh water, a sleeping ocean locked in crystalline stillness. When glaciers move, they do so at the pace of thought, inches per day, shaping continents grain by grain. Their retreat and advance write slow stories of climate and time. The land they leave behind, smooth, quiet, fertile, is a gift of patience only ice can give. The green geography. Forests are geography in motion too. They climb mountains, wrap around rivers, and stretch across continents like breathing skin. The Amazon rainforest covers more land than all of Western Europe combined. It creates its own weather, sending moisture skyward to fall again as rain, a self-sustaining circle of life and geography entwined. Every forest is a map of rain, soil, and sunlight, a map that moves, heals, and renews itself, even as we sleep. The continents themselves. There are 7 great continents, but each carries its own story, its own rhythm. Africa, oldest and vastest, where humanity began. Asia, the roof of the world, crowned by mountains and monsoons. Europe, carved by ice, rivers, and civilizations born on its coasts. North America, where glaciers once pressed forests into plains. South America, draped in jungle and stone. Australia, isolated, ancient, and full of unique life. And Antarctica, the silent mirror of them all. A frozen continent of endless white reflection. Together, they form the chapters of one book, the story of Earth's geography, written in movement, erosion, and light. As the world turns slowly beneath the stars, mountains sigh, rivers murmur, and deserts breathe warmth into the night. Every landscape you can imagine, from the frozen poles to the tropic seas, exists not just as a place, but as a story of balance, change, and memory. In the next part of our journey, we'll drift deeper into the hidden patterns of the Earth, the shifting climates, the secret underground rivers, and the quiet forces that shape our home planet's face. For now, take a deep breath, let your shoulders loosen, let your mind rest on the map of the world, and drift gently towards sleep. The secret rivers beneath the Earth. Not all rivers run in sunlight. Beneath mountains and plains, hidden waterways flow through ancient caverns of limestone and crystal. In places like Mexico's Yucatan Peninsula, underground rivers connect hundreds of flooded caves called cenotes, gateways to another world. Their waters run clear and still, carrying whispers of the rain that fell centuries ago. In Slovenia, the Škocjan caves hold entire rivers that disappear into the dark, reappearing miles away, reborn in daylight. These secret flows are the veins of the Earth, quiet, patient, eternal. While we sleep, they move unseen beneath our feet, carving the bones of continents, the world below the surface. Beneath the ground you walk on lies a vast world of stone, soil, and silence, layers upon layers, stacked by time, each a record of what once lived, what once burned, what once drowned. Geographers call it the lithosphere, but it feels more like the planet's memory. Beneath deserts lie buried rivers of sand. Beneath mountains lie ancient seas turned to stone. Even beneath cities, there are fossils, crystals, and caverns, fragments of forgotten worlds. The ground we stand on is not still at all. It sighs, settles, and reshapes itself, the slow breathing of the planet beneath our own. The geography of weather. Look above and you'll find another geography, one made of air, light, and motion. The atmosphere, though invisible, has mountains of its own, ridges of pressure, valleys of calm, currents that circle the globe like rivers in the sky. Warm air rises over the equator, flows toward the poles, and sinks again, creating vast belts of wind and rain. The monsoon, the trade winds, the jet stream, these invisible pathways guide the climate of every continent. They are geography in motion, not carved in stone, but painted in air. Each cloud, each breeze, is part of the planet's endless conversation with itself. How mountains create rain. Wherever mountains rise, weather listens. When moist air meets a mountain wall, it climbs, cools, and turns to rain. The air that descends on the far side is dry, and deserts bloom in the mountain's shadow. This simple balance creates worlds. It's why the Himalayas feed the great rivers of Asia, and why the Atacama Desert in South America remains one of the driest places on Earth. Every mountain is a silent architect of rain, a sculptor of clouds and wind. Geography, in its quiet way, teaches that even stone can shape the sky. The geography of seasons. Tilt your head upward. The planet itself leans, ever so slightly. That tilt, just 23.5 degrees, is the reason for every season, every harvest, every migration. When the north tilts toward the sun, the days grow long and warm. When it tilts away, the world cools and rests. This simple angle governs oceans, winds, and life itself. Without it, the world would have no rhythm, only endless day or night. But with it, geography becomes music. Winter gives way to spring, and the planet breathes in time with the stars. The slow creation of deserts. Deserts are not born in a moment. They are sculpted over millions of years, by wind, by sun, by the slow retreat of rain. The Sahara, the Gobi, the Atacama, each was once green, each once held rivers, lakes and forests. Over ages, mountains shifted, air grew dry, and oceans pulled back. What remained was silence and sand that remembers the sound of rain. If you listen closely, you might imagine the desert still dreaming of the forests it once held. The changing face of continents. The map of the earth has never stayed the same. Every coastline, every island, every border is only temporary. In deep time, seas rise and fall, land bridges form, disappear, and form again. The Mediterranean Sea was once a desert basin. The Sahara was once lush and green. The Bering Strait once connected Asia and America, allowing the first humans to cross on foot. Geography is not static, it is alive. Every map is just a snapshot of motion. Every mountain range and coastline is a fleeting shape in the planet's long dream. The geography of air. Rouen air has layers. 5 invisible shells wrapped around the earth like soft blankets. The troposphere holds our weather. The stratosphere carries the ozone that shields life from the sun. Above them lie layers where air thins into nothing, and sound no longer travels. From space, these layers glow faintly blue, a fragile shimmer around a living planet. Every breath we take comes from that narrow band of air, barely thicker than the skin of an apple in scale. We live within a thin, transparent miracle, and geography holds it close. The hidden heat beneath our feet. Far below the crust, the world glows. Temperatures rise thousands of degrees, hotter than the surface of the sun in some places. This hidden fire drives everything. Volcanoes, earthquakes, the drift of continents. In Iceland, this heat reaches the surface. Hot springs steam in snow-covered valleys. Geysers breathe water skyward in perfect rhythm. Geothermal warmth, the pulse of the deep earth, is proof that our planet is not just a sphere of rock, but a living system with a glowing heart. The geography of life. Geography and life are inseparable. Where mountains rise, new species evolve in isolation. Where rivers meet the sea, deltas bloom with life. Where winds cross oceans, seeds travel unseen to foreign shores. The Galapagos Islands, isolated by distance and time, became a natural laboratory for evolution. Each island, a world of its own. Each species, a story written by geography's patient hand. To study life is to study land. To study geography is to understand how the world chooses where to bloom. The geography of night. When sunlight fades, geography does not rest. The world's shapes soften into shadow. Deserts radiate their stored heat. Mountains glow faintly under the moon. Cities glitter like constellations across the continents. From orbit, the earth at night is a map of light and silence. Oceans black and infinite. Continents pulsing gently with the rhythm of civilization. Even in darkness, geography guides our lives. It shapes where we live, where we sleep, and how we dream. A world in layers. From the crust to the core, The earth is made of layers, each one a chapter in its long story. The crust, thin and fragile, holds us. Beneath it, the mantle moves slowly, carrying continents like rafts. Below that lies the core, a sphere of molten metal, spinning faster than the surface, creating the magnetic field that shields us from the sun's storm. Everything above, from the oceans to the mountains, depends on that invisible engine below. The world is both fragile and fierce, a perfect balance between stillness and motion. The world turns beneath a sleeping sky. From the silence of deserts to the hum of distant oceans, the Earth's landscapes continue their ancient work, carving, shifting, breathing. And upon these shifting lands, we humans have drawn our stories, maps, cities, borders and homes, each one a reflection of the planet beneath. This is the geography of us, a living conversation between people and the earth they inhabit. The rise of civilization. Long before steel or satellites, people built their lives beside water. Rivers were the first roads, the first sources of food, and the first teachers of patience. The Nile, the Tigris, the Euphrates, the Indus, and the Yellow River, each gave birth to civilizations that still echo in our history. Their floods brought fertile soil, their currents carried trade and stories. Geography, more than any invention, shaped the course of human destiny. It was the hand beneath every empire, the stage upon which humanity first found its rhythm. The geography of food and survival. Every crop tells a story of place. Wheat rose from the plains of Mesopotamia, rice from the monsoon valleys of Asia, maize from the green heart of the Americas. Each grain grew where climate and soil whispered in harmony. People adapted to the land, and in turn reshaped it. Terraced hills in China, irrigated deserts in Egypt, floating gardens in Mexico. Human ingenuity mirrored the creativity of nature itself. We do not merely live on the earth, we collaborate with it. Borders and the illusion of lines. When you look at a world map, you see lines, bold, bright, dividing. But the planet doesn't know them. Mountains, rivers, deserts, these are real boundaries, born of stone and time. Human borders, however, are stories drawn in ink. They shift, fade, and reappear, depending on who tells the tale. The wind does not stop at customs. Birds do not ask for passports. Even rivers cross borders freely, reminding us that geography unites, where politics divides. The world beneath those lines remains one continuous landscape, shared, ancient, alive. Mountains and culture. Mountains have always been more than landforms. They are symbols, guardians, and teachers. The Himalayas inspired legends of gods and spirits. The Andes shaped the rituals of the Inca. The Alps carved paths for traders, and the Rockies drew explorers toward the horizon. Mountains define not only terrain, but imagination. To live in their shadow is to learn humility. To climb them is to understand patience. Even now, people carry pieces of their geography in the stories they tell and the songs they sing. Coasts, where earth meets motion. Nearly half of all humanity lives near a coastline. We are drawn to the edge, where the land ends and the unknown begins. Coasts are the meeting place of opposites, rock and tide, permanence and change. Here, civilizations traded across seas, built harbors and ports, and watched the horizon for sails or storms. Cities like Venice, Tokyo, and New York owe their existence to geography's invitation, the promise of movement, connection, and exchange. The coast is the heartbeat of geography itself, forever erasing and redrawing its own boundaries. How geography shapes culture. No two landscapes create the same way of life. In tundra, people build with ice. In rainforest, they build with trees. In deserts, they learn to read the wind and stars. The rhythm of a place becomes the rhythm of its people. Languages evolve around the sounds of the land, soft in the forest, echoing in the mountains, simple where silence is survival. Even beliefs mirror the geography that surrounds them. Mountains birth myths of gods above. Rivers become symbols of rebirth. The desert teaches stillness and faith. Is to understand humanity's reflection in stone and soil. The geography of climate and adaptation. Every community adapts to its weather. Nomads follow the rain. Farmers listen to the seasons. Islanders watch the tides. The Arctic's cold forges resilience. The tropics' warmth breeds abundance. The highlands sculpt endurance. Geography is not just where we live, it becomes how we live. From the woven houses of the Andes to the stilted villages of Southeast Asia, every home is an answer to the question, what does this land ask of me? Migration. The geography of movement. Humans are wanderers by nature. We followed the rivers, the stars, and the scent of rain. Across deserts and oceans, we carried stories, seeds, and fire. Over time, those paths became routes, then roads, then trade networks connecting every continent. The Silk Road was not one road, but a living geography, a web of people and exchange stretching from China to Europe. Even today, migration continues, not as escape, but as continuation. The geography of movement is our oldest inheritance. Cities as human landscapes. Every city is a kind of geography made by human hands. Skylines rise like mountains of glass. Roads twist like rivers of light. At night, cities glow like constellations across the land. Tokyo, spread across volcanic plains. Cairo, cradled by the Nile. Paris, built beside the calm pulse of the Seine. Each one a reflection of its surroundings. Each one alive with the rhythm of its terrain. Even the shape of a street tells a story. A hill once avoided, a river once bridged, a forest once cleared. To walk through a city is to walk through a living map of decisions made over centuries of geography and time. Languages, shaped by the land. Language grows from place. The Inuit have many words for snow. Desert dwellers have many for sand. Islanders have words for the color of the sea at dawn. Each language carries the sound of its landscape, the rhythm of wind, the hush of trees, the echo of stone. Even silence differs from place to place. A mountain's silence is not the same as an ocean's. Both teach the same lesson, to listen deeply to where you are. The geography of myths. Long before science, people explained the world through stories. Volcanoes became the breath of gods. Earthquakes were the footsteps of giants. Islands were born from fallen stars. Geography and mythology grew together, not as opposites, but as companions. Wherever people saw awe, they saw meaning. Wherever they saw beauty, they saw spirit. And perhaps in some quiet way, both were right. How geography connects us. Though we live in different climates, speak different languages, and stand on distant shores, we all share the same planet beneath our feet. The same ocean touches every continent, the same air crosses every sky, and every mountain, every forest, every river belongs not to one people, but to all. Geography reminds us of unity, not in sameness, but in connection. As you drift deeper into this quiet journey, imagine the Earth not as a map of divisions, but as one continuous shape, alive, breathing, eternal. From the smallest village to the largest ocean, every detail belongs to a single masterpiece. In the next part, we'll wander into the planet's delicate balance, the fragile systems that keep our world alive, from ecosystems and climates to the invisible networks that bind every element together. The water cycle, the planet's pulse. Every drop of water on Earth is ancient. It has traveled endlessly, from cloud to ocean, from mountain to sea, from rain to root. The same water you drink today may once have fallen on a prehistoric forest or flowed beneath the feet of dinosaurs. Water evaporates, rises into the air, gathers as clouds, and falls again as rain. It moves through soil, rivers, plants, and you, a slow eternal rhythm that never stops. This is the hydrological cycle, the soft pulse of a living planet. Every time you hear rain, you're listening to the heartbeat of Earth itself. The geography of biomes. The world is divided into great living regions, each with its own rhythm, color, and sound. We call them biomes. The tundra, cold and bare, sleeps beneath the aurora's glow. The rainforest hums with constant life, a web of roots and rain. The savanna stretches wide, golden and still, its grasslands swaying like an ocean of sunlight. The desert sings in silence, its sand remembering wind, and the ocean, vast and deep, is the largest biome of all, home to half of all life on Earth. On Earth, each biome is a verse in the planet's living poem, each line connected, each one necessary for the next. The breath of forests. Forests are geography made of air. They turn sunlight into food and air into life. Through photosynthesis, trees draw carbon dioxide from the sky and release oxygen into the world. The Amazon rainforest, often called the lungs of the planet, produces 20% of the oxygen we breathe. But even more wondrous, trees communicate. Through roots and fungi, they share water, nutrients, and silent warnings. An old tree will feed a young sapling. A dying one will share its final energy with the forest. A geography of kindness, written in soil, grasslands, the ocean of land. Between forests and deserts lie the grasslands, wide open spaces that ripple like waves under wind. Here, the soil is deep and dark, nourished by countless generations of roots. These plains feed billions, from herds of wild animals to the grains we harvest. In Africa's Serengeti, the land itself moves, millions of animals migrating in patterns that mirror the rains. The geography of grasslands teaches movement, balance, and renewal, the art of returning when the seasons call. Mountains and the sky above. Mountains do more than rise. They shape the sky. Their peaks cool the air. Their slopes gather clouds. Their snow becomes rivers that flow across continents. The Himalayas, the Andes, the Alps, all are water towers of the world. More than half of humanity depends on rivers born in mountain snow. From above, They look like the spine of the earth, but in truth, they are its veins, carrying life downward from the high silence to the sea. Oceans, the living geography. The ocean is not one thing, it is 5 vast bodies, connected by hidden currents. The Pacific, largest and oldest. The Atlantic, deep and restless. The Indian Ocean, warm and alive with storms. The Arctic, still and slow. And the Southern Ocean, circling Antarctica like a guardian. Beneath the waves, mountain ranges, trenches and volcanoes stretch endlessly. More than 80% of the ocean floor remains unmapped. Even now, the sea holds mysteries untouched by light. The ocean controls our weather, our climate, and our very breath, for half of all oxygen comes not from trees, but from the plankton drifting in its depths. When you listen to the sea, you are listening to life's oldest voice, the winds that circle the world. High above, air moves in invisible rivers. Warm currents rise at the equator, cold ones sink near the poles. Between them, winds swirl and spiral, carrying seeds, rain and whispers of faraway lands. The jet stream, flowing faster than a storm, wraps the planet like a ribbon. It is why weather in one place can shape another half a world away. The wind has no borders. It is the geography of connection, the geography of migration. Every year, billions of animals move across the planet. Birds trace invisible lines through the air. Whales sing their way across oceans, and butterflies cross entire continents. They follow ancient paths woven into geography itself, current stars and the tilt of Earth. The Arctic tern travels from pole to pole each year, chasing endless daylight. The wildebeest follows the grass and rain, turning the savanna into a moving sea of life. In these migrations, the world breathes, life and land moving as one. The planet's natural balance. Every ecosystem is connected by delicate exchange. The forests create rain, the oceans store heat, the air carries life between them. If one part falters, the others shift to restore harmony. That is the quiet intelligence of Earth, not conscious, but perfectly tuned. Volcanoes rebuild what erosion erases. Rivers feed what drought denies. And even fire, destructive, fierce, creates new soil and rebirth. Destruction and creation, always intertwined. That is the essence of living geography. The geography of color and light. From space, the Earth is blue, but up close, its palette is endless. The deep green of rainforest canopies, the gold of deserts at dawn, the silver of glaciers beneath starlight, the red earth of Australia, colored by iron and time. Every hue has a reason: minerals, sunlight, moisture and evolution, painting the world with chemistry and patience. Even twilight has geography, the soft belt of color that wraps the horizon, a reminder that light itself travels through layers of air and dust before it reaches our eyes. Night is when the earth remembers itself. Without light, every sound becomes clearer: the slow breaking of a wave, the creak of a tree shifting in the wind, the whisper of air over mountain peaks. And as the world darkens, life changes its rhythm. Flowers close, birds rest, even the oceans grow still. It is as if the planet itself has turned inward, dreaming in blue and black. The geography of tides. Though the night seems calm, the oceans never truly sleep. They rise and fall in perfect time with the moon, a cycle older than humanity, constant as breath. Twice each day, the tides reach out to touch the land and withdraw again. On the coasts of the Pacific, waves travel for thousands of kilometers, their energy born from distant storms. The moon's gravity pulls at the water, drawing it across the planet's face. Even the continents lift slightly beneath its pull, the solid ground rising and falling by a few centimeters each day, like the chest of a sleeping giant. Tides remind us that nothing on Earth is truly still, only slow, only subtle. Even in darkness, everything moves in harmony. The night winds. After sunset, the Earth's surface begins to cool, and the air above it stirs gently, a whisper traveling across forests and plains. In deserts, the heat of the day escapes into the sky, and the sand grows cold. In valleys, heavier air slides downward, pooling in quiet lakes of mist. Across oceans, warm currents mix with cool, creating breezes that travel unseen through the night. If you've ever felt that faint movement of air while half asleep, the window cracked, the curtain swaying, you felt the breath of the planet passing over you. Every gust, every sigh of wind is a reminder that the Earth is alive, restless, but gentle in its movement. The rest of forests. Forests do not sleep as we do, but they rest. When night falls, trees slow their respiration. They draw in less carbon, release less oxygen, and allow their cells to repair the subtle wear of daylight. Leaves droop slightly, branches hang lower, and deep within the soil, roots communicate in quiet pulses, sharing water, minerals, and signals of safety. In the tropics, nocturnal animals take their place. Frogs begin their chorus, moths open their fragile wings, and bioluminescent fungi glow faintly from fallen logs. Each forest breathes a different kind of night. The boreal woods murmur under frost, the jungles hum with life unseen, and in every corner of the earth, the rhythm of rest continues, unseen but certain. The slow fires beneath. Even as the surface cools, the world below remains warm, molten, radiant, and alive. Deep under the crust, magma still moves in vast, slow rivers. It creeps through cracks and chambers, feeding volcanoes and heating underground seas. This heat, this geothermal pulse, has burned steadily for over 4 billion years. It is the planet's oldest flame, a quiet reminder that beneath all stillness, something continues to burn. Without it, the continents would freeze, the atmosphere would fade, and the heartbeat of the planet would stop. So while the world above sleeps, the world within dreams in fire. The geography of dreams. Dreams, in their own way, follow geography too. They flow like rivers through the mind, carving paths through memory and imagination. They rise and fall like tides, shifting between landscapes real and imagined. A mind at rest becomes a planet of its own, mountains of thought, valleys of feeling, oceans of color and sound. Sometimes we dream of flight, as if our bodies remember the pull of gravity and wish to escape it. Sometimes we dream of water, as if the ancient memory of the sea still lingers in our blood. And sometimes we dream of places that do not exist, but feel as though they could, as if the earth itself were whispering to us through the language of sleep. The Earth's slow rotation. Every 24 hours, the Earth completes one slow, silent turn. If you could watch from the edge of space, you would see continents move beneath a veil of clouds, daylight sweeping across oceans like liquid gold, Each sunrise and sunset is just a moment in that rotation, the planet turning gracefully toward light, then back again into shadow. But the Earth is slowing by fractions of a second each century. Millions of years from now, a day will last a little longer, and the moon too will drift farther away. The geography of time stretches quietly. We do not notice it, but it notices us, marking every heartbeat, every breath, every night spent under its gentle spin. The silent geography of the sky. When you look upward on a clear night, you are not just seeing stars, you are seeing history. The light from those stars began its journey long before you were born. Some of it left its source when the first humans lit fires in caves. Some began before Earth even had oceans. The sky, in its vastness, is a kind of geography too, a map of distance, depth, and time. The constellations may look still, but each star drifts slowly, invisibly, its position changing over centuries. To chart the heavens is to study the geography of eternity, and in that study, we find the same peace we find in valleys, mountains, and tides, the comfort of knowing that everything moves, but nothing is lost. The world beneath you has turned once more in silence. Somewhere, dawn begins to stir, a pale shimmer on the horizon, light stretching its fingers across sleeping oceans and hills. You have journeyed through the geography of motion, of wonder, and now of stillness. In the next part, we will wander into the geography of time and memory, how the Earth remembers itself through fossils, minerals, and the stories written in stone. Before we go there, take one long, slow breath. Let the rhythm of the planet match your own. The night is kind, and the Earth is endlessly patient. The night continues its gentle rhythm. The stars shimmer above the sleeping world, and beneath them, the Earth holds its memories close, not in books or voices, but in stone. Every mountain, every grain of sand, every pebble on a riverbank is part of a story billions of years in the making. Time, on this planet, is not a clock that ticks. It is a tide that moves, eroding, layering, and reshaping the world in patient, unhurried cycles. Tonight, as the world turns quietly in its sleep, let us travel backward through that time, through the layers of the Earth, through the fossils and sediments and ancient seas that still live within its memory. The layers beneath our feet. Beneath your feet lies a timeline older than imagination. The Earth's crust is a grand archive, each layer a chapter written in minerals and dust. Sedimentary rocks, sandstone, limestone, shale, form from particles of older stones, pressed together by time, layer upon layer, each one a moment captured and preserved. If you could peel back those layers like pages of a book, you would see stories unfold, mountains rising and falling, oceans flooding and retreating, creatures emerging, evolving and vanishing. Geologists call these layers strata, and each stratum is a whisper from a different age. The deeper you go, the older the story becomes, until eventually you reach the pages that record the Earth's earliest days, when continents were only beginning to form, and the sky itself was heavy with storms of creation. Every stone, no matter how small, is a fossil of time. The fossils that remember. In the hollows of ancient rocks, life has left its signatures. Fossils are the preserved echoes of what once breathed, crawled or swam. Some are tiny, shells pressed into stone, or leaves fossilized in clay, so delicate that their veins still show. Others are colossal, skeletons of creatures that walked when continents were joined as one. The trilobite, small and armored, once roamed the seafloors of an ocean that no longer exists. The ammonite, spiraled and beautiful, swam in waters that covered lands now green with forests. Every fossil is both life and geography intertwined, a moment when a living being became part of the planet's own structure. They are the memory of connection, proof that nothing on Earth ever truly disappears, it merely changes form. The shaping of continents. Continents are not eternal, they drift, break and merge in a cycle known as plate tectonics, a process so slow that it feels like stillness, yet so powerful that it can lift oceans into mountains and turn mountains back into dust. Hundreds of millions of years ago, all land was one, Pangaea, a supercontinent encircled by a vast global ocean. Over time, that single landmass cracked and drifted apart, forming the continents we know today. If you could watch the planet in fast motion, you would see them move like living creatures, Africa inching northward, the Americas separating, India colliding with Asia to raise the Himalayas skyward. Even now, the continents continue their journey. The Earth is never static. It is a slow dance of land and sea. Every mountain range, every valley, is a ripple in that ancient motion, a reminder that even the ground beneath you has traveled far to be where it is tonight. The seas that came and went, the ocean too, has its memory. Throughout history, seas have risen and fallen, sometimes swallowing entire continents, sometimes retreating to reveal plains that shimmered under a new sky. The Tethys Sea, once vast and warm, lay where the Himalayas now stand. The Western Interior Seaway once divided North America into two islands, and long before humans walked, the Sahara itself was a shallow ocean, its sands formed from the skeletons of marine life. Today, the tides still whisper these histories. Each grain of beach sand is an ancient fragment, a coral, a shell, a glimmer of something that once lived. Even the salt of the sea carries memory, the trace of all that flowed through it, the minerals of mountains, the breath of storms, the bones of time, the geography of deep time. Time on Earth moves differently than we do. For us, a year is long, a century immense, but for the planet, those are moments, small flickers in an eternal sequence. Geologists divide the planet's history into eras and epochs, names that sound almost like dreams: the Precambrian, the Paleozoic, the Mesozoic, the Cenozoic. Each represents an entire age of existence, a world with its own rules, climates, and inhabitants. In the Carboniferous, forests grew so vast that they became the coal we burn today. In the Jurassic, the air itself was different, warmer, richer in oxygen, and alive with the calls of creatures whose bones now sleep beneath our feet. Every layer of time leaves behind a trace, not a memory as we know it, but a change in the face of the earth. A fossil here, a mineral there, a shift in the air that still lingers. The planet remembers everything, not in words, but in shape and color and silence. Mountains as memory. Mountains are not only geography, they are memory made solid. Each peak holds within it the story of uplift, compression, and erosion. Every ridge is the frozen wave of an ancient sea, and every valley, the shadow of a collapse long past. The Alps were once coral reefs, lifted skyward when Africa pressed into Europe. The Himalayas are still rising, their summits composed of rock that once lay at the bottom of an ocean. So when you stand before a mountain, you are looking not at permanence, but at transformation. Stone that has risen, fallen, and risen again, each time wearing a different face. Mountains remind us that even the tallest and strongest things in existence are simply moments in time's gentle rotation. The Earth's long memory of life. Over its 4.5 billion years, the Earth has hosted 5 mass extinctions, moments when nearly all life disappeared, and yet somehow began again. After each loss came renewal, new species, new shapes, new colors of existence. This cycle of loss and rebirth is not cruelty, but rhythm, a breathing pattern written into the planet's design. From simple single-celled organisms to forests, coral reefs, and the intricate design of the human brain, life has always been the Earth's most beautiful experiment, and every living thing, in its own small way, becomes part of that geography. Each breath, each footprint, an invisible addition to the map of being. The geography of the future. Time does not end here. The continents still move, the oceans still shift, and the air still learns new songs. Millions of years from now, the Atlantic will widen, the Mediterranean may vanish, and new mountains will rise, where today there are none. Even the stars above will change their constellations as the Earth continues its long and steady orbit around the Sun. And though we, as individuals, are brief visitors here, our stories too will become part of the planet's memory, buried in soil, etched in stone, woven into the wind. The geography of time reminds us that everything changes, but nothing is lost. The night deepens once more. The horizon begins to soften with the first quiet hint of dawn, and as light prepares to return, the Earth continues its endless remembering. In the next part of our journey, we will explore the geography of balance and harmony, the way the planet keeps itself alive, maintaining order in its delicate, eternal cycles. For now, let your thoughts drift through deep time. Imagine the slow turn of mountains, the steady pulse of oceans, the quiet persistence of life. You are part of that story, a single beautiful breath in the long and gentle memory of the Earth. The night has reached its quietest hour. The world seems motionless now, but beneath the calm, balance continues, invisible, intricate, and perfect. Every grain of sand, every gust of wind, every tide and current participates in an exchange so vast and subtle that no single eye could ever see it whole. This is harmony, the way the Earth holds itself steady through change, turning chaos into rhythm and rhythm into life. The balance of air and breath. The air around us is a living blend. Oxygen, nitrogen, carbon dioxide, and traces of countless other gases. It circles the planet ceaselessly, rising and falling with temperature and light, weaving weather into being. Plants release the oxygen we breathe. Animals return carbon dioxide that plants require. Each inhale you take is connected to forests, oceans away, to plankton drifting unseen beneath the waves, to moss clinging to stone on distant mountaintops. Even the slightest breeze carries pieces of far-off places, dust from the Sahara landing on the Amazon, sea salt from the Pacific drifting over cities half a world away. The atmosphere is not simply air, it is connection itself, binding every living thing in a single shared breath. The balance of water, Water is the planet's messenger, moving endlessly between sky and soil, ocean and ice. When it evaporates, it carries heat from the surface into the air. When it rains, that warmth returns to land. This constant motion evens temperature, spreads nutrients, and shapes climate. In this movement lies perfection. The Amazon's rain feeds rivers that reach the sea. Those waters rise again into clouds that drift to another continent, and the cycle begins anew, unbroken, unhurried. Without this flow, mountains would crumble too quickly, deserts would widen, and life would falter. Yet with it, Earth remains balanced, never too dry, never too wet, always turning water into the pulse of continuity. The dance of the oceans. Beneath the calm surface, the oceans move in vast loops called currents, slow rivers of water within water, shaped by temperature, wind, and the turning of the planet. The Gulf Stream carries warmth from the tropics to the north, softening the winters of distant lands. The Antarctic Circumpolar Current encircles the southern world, blending waters from every ocean into one. These currents regulate climate, deliver nutrients, and balance salt and heat. They are the planet's circulatory system, vast arteries of motion that ensure no part of the Earth is left forgotten. If the oceans were to stop moving, the planet would soon forget how to breathe, but they never do. Even now, under the darkness of night, they continue their slow, silent dance. The magnetic heart of Earth, deep within the molten core of the Earth, iron moves in constant flow, generating a magnetic field that stretches far into space. This invisible shield protects our atmosphere from solar winds and cosmic radiation, deflecting storms of charged particles that could strip the world bare. Sometimes, across millennia, they even reverse. Yet the field always reforms, renewed by the quiet churn of liquid metal beneath our feet. Migrating birds sense it, whales navigate by it. Even the northern lights, those green and violet curtains of fire, exist because of it. The Earth's magnetic field is not only protection, it is guidance, an unseen geography that holds the planet in gentle safety, turning invisible motion into peace. Fire and ice, the balancing forces, opposite elements define the world. Volcanoes build, glaciers erase, fire destroys, water heals, heat expands, cold preserves. In Iceland, you can stand where lava meets ice, where molten rock slides beneath a glacier and bursts into steam, creating new land from contradiction. This balance of extremes ensures life's endurance, renewal through tension, creation through contrast. Too much fire, and the planet burns. Too much ice, and it sleeps forever. Yet somehow, it always finds the center point, the narrow range, where oceans remain liquid, where rain still falls, where life continues its quiet experiments. The Earth lives by equilibrium, always shifting, always returning home. The balance of ecosystems, every forest, reef, and meadow survives through cooperation. Predators limit prey, prey nourish soil, plants renew the air, and decomposers complete the circle by returning all things to the earth. Remove one species, and the balance trembles, yet even then, nature begins to mend itself, seeking a new stability. A fallen tree becomes a nurse log, feeding moss and seedlings. A burned forest sprouts anew, richer for the ash. Even decay is generosity. Every ending on this planet becomes the beginning of something else. That is the hidden promise of geography, that no space, no moment is ever wasted. The geography of light and shadow, the tilt of the earth gives us the rhythm of seasons, the long warmth of summer, the slow cool of winter, the delicate transitions between. This shifting light determines not only temperature, but behavior, migrations, blossoms, hibernations, tides of sap in trees. When sunlight strikes the equator, energy spreads outward, winds form, storms travel, and heat disperses until balance returns. Even the length of a shadow is part of that harmony, stretching at dusk, shrinking at noon, reminding us that every day is a small echo of the planet's rotation. Light and dark are partners, not opposites. Together they draw the map of time upon the Earth. The moon and Earth in harmony. The moon, forever turning the same face toward us, keeps the planet steady. Its gravity pulls the oceans, controls tides, and prevents the Earth from wobbling too wildly on its axis. Without it, seasons would lurch unpredictably, climates would collapse, and the rhythm of life would lose its meter. The moon's slow dance around us, and our pull upon it in return, is an ancient duet, one so graceful we forget it exists. Every rise of the tide, every soft glow of moonlight on a sleeping landscape is part of that shared balance. Even in darkness, we orbit in companionship, the fragile harmony of life. Geography's greatest miracle is not mountains or oceans, but balance itself, the way everything works in gentle concert. The Earth does not choose sides, it holds them. It is both heat and cold, creation and decay, motion and rest. Human life depends on this equilibrium, on rains arriving when they should, on soil renewing itself, on air remaining clean enough to breathe. And though we build and reshape and sometimes disrupt, the planet remains forgiving, endlessly adjusting, quietly healing. The Earth endures, not through strength, but through patience. And patience, like gravity, is what keeps everything together. The balance holds, the night begins to soften. Far to the east, the first faint colors of dawn appear, brushing the edge of the world with light. We've wandered through the Earth's harmony, the invisible systems that keep it alive and whole. In our next and final part, we'll drift into the geography of dawn and renewal, the moment when night becomes day again, and every part of the planet begins to awaken. Take one more breath with the world. Feel the quiet symmetry between your heartbeat and the turning Earth. When you're ready, we'll continue to the closing hour, a gentle awakening wrapped in calm. Somewhere far beyond the horizon, the first breath of dawn begins to rise. It moves slowly, almost imperceptibly at first, a faint blushing of the sky, a soft brightening of the clouds, a cool breeze carrying the scent of light. The Earth, after its long, silent turning through the night, tilts once more toward the sun, and as it does, a billion sleeping worlds awaken, the surface glowing gold by degrees, the air warming in layers, the geography of night giving way to the geography of day. Every sunrise, no matter where you stand upon this planet, is both an ending and a beginning, and in that renewal lies one of the Earth's most tender miracles, the infinite repetition of rebirth. The first light on the mountains. High peaks are the first to greet the dawn. Long before the valleys see light, sunbeams reach their frozen crowns, painting them in soft gold and crimson. The Himalayas, those ancient watchtowers of the world, glow like distant embers as the new day arrives. The Andes shimmer with pink reflections that melt across their glaciers. Even small hills catch that first whisper of warmth, and for a moment, every summit glows like a flame. This first light travels across the world in a continuous wave, touching ridge after ridge, continent after continent, until no peak is left untouched. From space, you could watch the shadow of night retreat, sliding gently westward as the planet rolls forward into morning. That soft divide, day on one side, night on the other, is called the terminator line, and it is the moving edge of awakening, the world's slow inhale after a long, silent exhale. The oceans at dawn. The sea too wakes with the light. Its surface begins to shimmer before the sun has even risen, as if it senses the coming day. Waves catch the faintest hint of gold, and ripples scatter it like diamonds across the horizon. On distant shores, tides whisper against the sand, pulling away the last fragments of the night. Seabirds rise from their nests and glide over silver water, their wings cutting through mist that vanishes behind them. Under the surface, fish begin their quiet motion. Coral opens its tiny mouths to feed, and the deep ocean currents carry warmth from the day before into the cold blue shadow below. Even the water reflects renewal. For every wave that crashes, another forms, each born from the memory of the last, none identical, yet all connected. That too is geography, a map written in motion, drawn anew every second. Now, as your mind drifts towards stillness, remember, the earth is always beneath you, turning gently, singing softly, holding you without effort. Let that be enough. Let it carry you into sleep, deep, unhurried, as ancient and kind as the world itself. The world is quiet now. The light of day has faded completely, and in its place, the slow silver patience of night has returned. You can almost feel the planet turning beneath you, a motion too slow to sense, but steady enough to trust. If you could float above the earth in this moment, you'd see half of it cloaked in darkness, half aglow beneath the sun, a living contrast of shadow and light that drifts eternally across its face. Every moment, that border moves, dusk becoming night, night becoming dawn, in a rhythm that has never faltered. In this cycle lies the oldest story, that rest and motion are one and the same. The slow geography of the moonlight. When sunlight fades, the moon takes its turn as cartographer of the night. It paints the world not in color, but in tone, the soft grayscale of quiet. The Milky Way, that soft river of stars, arching across the sky, is our galaxy's geography. Billions of suns forming a spiral, so vast that even light takes 100,000 years to cross it. When you look at the night sky, you are looking not only at distance, but at the past itself. The light you see began its journey before your ancestors spoke their first words. Each sparkle above is a history lesson, written in photons. The sky reminds us that geography isn't only Earth's. It belongs to the cosmos, and to us, who wander and wonder within it. The shadows that shape the world, even in daylight, geography is written by shadow. Every mountain, every valley, every fold of terrain is revealed only by contrast, by the interplay of light and darkness. It is shadow that gives the world its shape. Without it, everything would flatten into sameness. The same is true within us. It is contrast that defines our depth. Caves form where rivers vanish underground. Lakes fill where land dips to rest. And every canyon, Every rift is the result of something once breaking, only to become beautiful through time. The world's scars are its artwork. Its shadows are what make its light worth seeing. Sometimes the planet renews itself through fire, sometimes through flood, sometimes through silence. Volcanoes breathe new land into existence. Rivers carry mountains to the sea, grinding stone into soil that feeds new forests. Ice retreats, and life follows, even when disaster strikes. An earthquake, a storm, a drought. The earth waits, then begins again. It has done so for eons. Geography teaches us resilience in the gentlest way. Nothing is lost, only transformed. The same principle governs all things, from stars collapsing into nebulae to hearts mending after loss. To live upon this planet is to be part of its endless restoration, the planet's night chorus. As the hours stretch deeper into night, a different geography awakens, the one of sound. In the jungles, insects weave an intricate tapestry of rhythm. In the savannas, lions call through the dark, their voices echoing across the plains. Over the oceans, waves break with steady cadence, a lullaby for continents. Even in cities, where light never truly fades, there are sounds that belong only to night. The hum of distant electricity, the faint murmur of wind between buildings, the heartbeat of humanity dreaming. Everywhere the world hums in harmony. The planet, even asleep, continues its song. The geography of peace. Peace is not absence. It is presence. Presence of rhythm, of balance, of gentle continuity. The planet is peaceful not because it is still, but because everything moves in cooperation. The river does not resist the mountain. It shapes it slowly, lovingly, until both coexist in harmony. The wind does not fight the forest. It carries its seeds. This is the geography of peace, a world built not by domination, but by endless conversation between elements. And now, as you rest, you are part of that same quiet conversation, your breath joining the exhale of forests, your pulse matching the slow heartbeat of the earth. Peace is already here. You do not have to seek it. You are living within it, the geography of eternal calm. And so we arrive at the edge of all things, where geography fades into dream, and dream becomes the continuation of the world. The night has grown deep and full, its silence stretching like an ocean of velvet. Everything around you has softened. The air, the thought, the sound of your own being. The planet beneath you still turns, but its motion feels slower now, as though time itself were drowsy, lulled by its own eternity. The geography of surrender. There comes a moment when even thought must rest, when the maps of the mind, of plans, memories, and questions fold themselves away. You do not need to hold them. You do not need to know where the road leads. You have already arrived. The land you have walked tonight, the mountains, rivers, and skies, was never out there. It has always existed within you. To sleep is to return to that inner geography, the landscape where stillness becomes sanctuary and the soul lays down its burdens. Like stones beside a stream, you have permission to rest. The earth has kept its promise. It continues to hold you. The infinite geography of the universe, beyond this planet, beyond its blue horizons, space stretches endlessly. A geography of starlight and silence. Every point of light is a sun, every dark space between them filled with dust and possibility. Astronomers have mapped galaxies, traced their motion, calculated their drift across cosmic time, and yet, the more we learn, the more mystery expands. Perhaps geography itself is only a language of wonder, the universe expressing its love of form, its devotion to beauty. And here, on this tiny world of rivers and wind, you are part of that beauty, a living detail in the universe's grand design. The planet sleeps beneath you, even now, as you sink deeper into calm. The earth beneath you rests in its own way. Tectonic plates slow their motion. Air cools. The deep ocean currents move like thoughts drifting through a vast mind. Animals curl into nests. Trees fold their leaves, and somewhere, snow begins to fall. A slow, silent geography of peace descending upon the land. The planet sleeps beneath you, and you in turn sleep within it. Two dreams overlapping, each reflecting the other. As your breathing slows, remember that you are made of this world of water and wind, of soil and starlight. The mountains that stand so tall were once dust like you. The oceans that stretch so far began as raindrops, no larger than your tears. Every part of you belongs to the earth, and the earth belongs to you. So rest now, not apart from the planet, but as part of its heartbeat. You are safe here. You are home here. The voice fades. The light dims. The world continues turning in its silence. If you are still awake, let your eyes close completely. If you are already dreaming, let your dreams carry you farther, over mountains of memory, across oceans of stillness, through skies of infinite calm. You have traveled the earth, from its fiery birth to its resting seas, from the slow drift of continents to the patient breath of forests and stone. Now, beyond geography as we know it, you drift into the infinite map of dreams, a landscape that belongs only to sleep. The infinite map. Close your eyes and imagine the planet from afar, a blue marble suspended in black velvet, turning slowly, endlessly, without haste or pause. The continents below blend into patterns, like brushstrokes on an ancient painting. Mountains look like wrinkles of light. Rivers shimmer like silver veins. Cities sparkle faintly along the coastlines. Tiny constellations of human warmth. From this height, there are no borders, no divisions, only one whole, breathing, shining, alive. You realize that geography has always been more than terrain. It is the art of connection, the delicate weaving of everything into one. Dreams as continent. As sleep deepens, you begin to wander through dreams, as though through another version of the world. There are mountains here too, made not of stone, but of memory and imagination. There are oceans that reflect emotion instead of light, and skies that shift with your thoughts. Dreams follow their own geography. You move across plains that dissolve beneath your feet, through cities you've never seen but somehow know, past rivers that run backward, and forests that hum softly with the sound of time. In these dreamlands, gravity loosens, and you begin to float, not upward, but inward, toward the deepest part of peace. It remembers the weight of soil, the taste of salt air, the warmth of sunlight across skin. It remembers the hush of snow, the scent of rain on dry ground, the gentle sway of the sea. All these sensations, stored and reawakened, build landscapes behind your eyelids, echoes of places you've seen, and places that never were, woven together in seamless tranquility. Your memory is an atlas, a vast, tender collection of everything you've ever loved. The sleep of the earth. Some say the earth itself dreams, that its tectonic plates move like thoughts, its oceans breathe like lungs, its atmosphere hums softly with the echoes of everything that has lived upon it. If the earth dreams, perhaps those dreams become ours, small reflections of its greater imagination. Perhaps in sleep, our consciousness returns to the planet's gentle current, floating through its magnetic field, resting in the cradle of its quiet turning. In this sense, sleep is not escape. It is reunion, infinity and home. Beyond the atmosphere lies space, cold, eternal, infinite. But even infinity has structure, patterns of energy and matter, currents of gravity, spirals of creation and return. Every galaxy, every atom, every cell within you follows the same invisible laws: balance, rhythm, renewal. The universe is not chaos, it is music. And the earth is one small note in its grand, everlasting song. And you are the echo of that note, vibrating quietly, beautifully, perfectly, in tune. The return, as your body rests deeper, your breathing slows to match the earth's pulse. The edges of thought blur, and you begin to dissolve completely into calm. The mountains of your mind smooth into mist, the rivers of thought quiet into still pools. The forests of memory grow distant, their trees outlined only by starlight. There is no destination now, only presence, only peace. You are drifting in the geography of dreams, and somewhere within that infinite expanse, the planet continues to hold you, steady and safe, until morning returns. And so the journey ends, not with conclusion, but continuation, because geography never truly stops. It merely changes shape, from earth to ocean, from mind to dream, from sound to silence. You too will change and return, over and over, as part of the same endless cycle. The stars above, the land below, the breath within you, all are one. Sleep now, traveler. You have crossed every border. You have reached the stillest place of all.